morning, y'all. We have finished our tour of Crystal Onyx Caverns, and now today we're headed north, Big Bone Lick State Park. And something a little bit unusual about our headed north this morning is that Sara,
I'm driving,
is behind the wheel. She's driving and she is pulling Terry. Terry's hooked up behind us. So the interstate here, I-65 between Cave City and Louisville, Kentucky, is pretty smooth. There's a couple little hills here and there, but nothing terrible. And we're going to go around Louisville today, so it won't be too bad on her driving. So Sara is still driving, so I figured that the best thing for me to do is take a few pictures of the area she's driving through. She just commented that it was a very beautiful drive, and it is. We're taking a short side trip this morning because I saw a billboard for the world's largest pocket knife. You know, we're all about trying to find those oddities as we travel down the road. And so Sara said, well, do you want to go see it? And I said, yes. So she's okay with it, and she's the one that's driving, so here we go. We're headed to Radcliff, Kentucky, to the Red Hill Cutlery Company to get some pictures of the world's largest pocket knife. Now the Cutlery Company is closed on Sunday, but the pocket knife is outside, so I don't think there's going to be any problem with getting some pictures of it. Well, we have made it to Red Hill Cutlery in Radcliff, Kentucky, and why are we here? To see the world's largest pocket knife right behind me. That's right, here at Radcliff Cutlery, they have a case knife that weighs 6,000 pounds. The handle is 20 feet long, and the blade is 17 feet long. So this is just one of those roadside oddities. Well, thank you for stopping, sweetheart.
well, you're welcome, and it hasn't been too bad driving, but I did tell him, I was seeing some small gravel roads, and I said, if that's what we have to turn up on, no, thank you.
But we didn't.
We are out and about exploring the area this morning. We're going to 3 different cities today. One of them is Florence, to go get fuel and to see something that was kind of strange. A water tower that has Florence Y'all painted on it, and there's a story behind that, so we'll tell you about that. The second city is Covington, and this is all in Kentucky. And Covington is supposed to have a German village in it, so well, we're going to be looking for that. And then we're going to visit Rabbit Hash, Kentucky. There is an old general store that's been there since the 1800s, so that ought to be interesting also. On a side note, I have my hair pulled back. No, I don't have it cut. It's just pulled back. It's supposed to be very warm today. The feel-like temperature is supposed to be around 102. So we thought we were leaving those temperatures behind when we left Florida. Oops, but it doesn't look like it yet.
We even got accused of bringing the hot weather with us.
Oh yeah, we did. Yesterday when we took the tour of Crystal Onyx Caverns, the tour guide says, when it was asking where everybody was from, and when we said we're from Florida, she's like, oh, you're the ones that brought the hot weather with you. Alright, so this is called, we're in Florence, and this is called the Mall Road District. There's the water tower sticking up above the mall. gonna get out and let you know why this water tower says Florence Y'all on it. Okay.
Well, behind my shoulder, you can see the Florence Y'all water tower. And the story behind the water tower is that in 1976, when the mall was about to be built, the developers of the mall gave the city of Florence the land for a water tower with the stipulation that Florence Mall be painted on it as advertising.
M-A-L-L.
Well, they did that. They built the water tower. The mall had not been built yet. They built the water tower, they painted it, and then they found out that due to some legal stipulations about advertising along the interstate, they could not advertise with a billboard before the property was built. So the then mayor decided, let's change it. It's going to take a lot of money to repaint it, but if we just take the two legs off the M, put one stick coming down and an apostrophe on there, it'll be a whole lot cheaper. So that's what they did. Now, once the mall was built, the owners of the mall didn't like it, thought it made them sound too country, so they wanted to change it. Now, that mayor had since gone out of office, but his daughter was the new mayor. And she told the manager of the mall that as long as her daddy was still alive, it wasn't changing. Well, at the funeral, the mall's owner or manager was at the funeral of the former mayor, and the new mayor leaned over to him and said, "We ain't repainting it." Since then, it's become a tourist attraction. There's a lot of shops here in Florence that have pictures of the water tower, and they sell memorabilia and cups with it painted on it and all kinds of things. So it's a moneymaker for the city. And that's the story of the Florence Y'all water tower. Okay, well, we are here in Covington, Kentucky. We've been doing a walking tour around, looking at different buildings and businesses and things. And now we've made it to what's called MainStrasse. And it's a German village, and behind us you see the Goebel Clock Tower, and it was named for potentially a governor of Kentucky, but he was shot during a re-election.
Well, they weren't convicted. They were pardoned anyway, but they were let go because
they were from the opposite party.
That's right. Okay, we won't go there. It's too political. Okay, so we walked down Main Street, and like Paul said, saw a lot of businesses, and the buildings downtown are very colorful in the village. And today is Monday, so a lot of the shops are closed and restaurants are closed. So we were hoping to get a taste of some German cuisine, but since the restaurants were closed, we'll just have to find some other place to eat lunch.
That's right. So it's a really interesting village area here in Covington, Kentucky, and this is a really nice park right in the middle of town.
Nice and shady because it's hot.
So let's go find something to eat.
All right. Well, we made it to Rabbit Hash, Kentucky, to the general store. Before we show you that, let me show you this. We did not realize that Rabbit Hash was on the banks of the Ohio River.
It's called Chef Hippie's.
Chef Hippie's.
Chef Hippie's. And it's a bar and barbecue place. The sign says they smoke anything.
It's not open today. They aren't open today. The sign says closed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then on the weekend they are open. Friday 4:30 to 7:30, Saturday 12 to 7, Sunday 12 to 6. So I don't imagine Chef Hippie likes to work very much. Or maybe he's just an old retired hippie and he likes his leisure time. Rabbit Hash, Kentucky is on the National Register District and is recognized and honored by the United States Department of the Interior by being placed on the National Register of Historic Places December 4th, 2003. So here we are. We found Rabbit Hash General Store. And we'll go in just a minute and show you the inside, right?
That's right.
Okay, so how did you find this? And
I looked up things to do near Big Bone Lick State Park, and it mentioned this. This store has been in operation since 1831, and this town got its name because when the river that we just saw flooded one year, all the rabbits were so plentiful they got drove up out of the bushes near the river, and they were getting killed, dying. It was easy, and people were living off the rabbit hash.
Alright, so are you ready to go in and see this?
Yeah, let's head on in and see what's there. And while we're here, we can vote for mayor.
Vote for mayor.
That's what the sign says.
They even have the old-timey shelves still up. A swing. So, have a seat and swing for a bit. Let's see what's in here. They have just all kinds of different things. I would say this is one of those stores where if you're looking for an oddity and they don't have it, they probably don't make it. I like this. It's homemade. What do you think?
Pickles and hot sauce and barbecue sauce and all kinds of different things around here.
Well, we've concluded our day of exploring this area. We went to Florence, where we saw Florence Y'all on the water tower. We learned about that. That was pretty cool. And
Then we went up to Covington and parked and walked down to
MainStrasse.
Probably the neatest thing that we saw there was the park and the big clock tower. But today there weren't a lot of shops open, and so that was a little disappointing. The Mexican restaurant we ate at was really good.
It was. I forget the name of it, but I took a picture, so it'll be there.
And then we came here to Rabbit Hash, Kentucky, and it's probably our favorite place of the day.
Yep, it was.
The little general store had all kinds of cool stuff in it, and
so we just had a fun-filled day walking around.
That's right.
Looking at stuff.
As Janice's dad said, we went on several death marches.
Yeah, death march.
I would say this one thing about MainStrasse.
Yes.
That the GPS didn't do a good job of getting us there.
No,
if it had gotten us down to it, it would have been better. We could have just parked on the street and it would have been all right. But it didn't do that, and so I was a little disappointed in that. We did have to walk quite a ways to get there.
Yeah, we actually had parked in another parking area, and we got out our phones, and Paul did the walking map, and we were still about a half a mile from the downtown village. German Village is what it's called.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to wrap up here, and then we're going to go back to the state park.
Yep, and when it cools down some, we're going to go on a little bike ride to some trails and walk some of the trails if they're not too steep, I guess.
All right, so until later, we say
Bye,
y'all from Rabbit Hash, Kentucky.
Right. Hey, y'all. We really appreciate you watching our video. If you liked it, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, The Go With The Flow Couple. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Bye, y'all.